Hello and good evening to you all. Hello and good evening to you all. I hope you're happy to be here with us. So my name is Samuel Anehan, popularly known as Ed Sam. I'll be taking you on AutoCAD lessons. This is our second AutoCAD class. So today we'll be looking at units. We'll be looking at units and limits. We're looking at units and limits. This is our second lesson thus far. So as we proceed, if you have any question, you can drop it in the comment section, or even after the class, if you have any question with regard to this lesson, with regard to this presentation, I would like to drop in the comment section. I'm going to respond to you. Also, you can WhatsApp me, you can chat me on WhatsApp via +234 8038295185. And please, I will beg you to subscribe to my channel and like my video and drop your comments as well. So first and foremost, I'll be talking about units. So why is a unit important in AutoCAD? All over the world, we have different systems of units. We have the imperial, we have the metric system, we have the imperial systems, we have a whole lot of systems of units. You can even decide to work like in mathematics. When you are working in maths, most times you work without units. Okay, so in AutoCAD gives you the liberty, the freedom to choose your limit based on your work, based on what you're doing, or based on the part of the world in which you are, so that you have the luxury to specify your unit. So right now we are going to do that. So how do you actually specify your unit when working in AutoCAD? How do you do that? So first and foremost, to specify your unit, you type UN on the keyboard. I believe you all know how to access this point, get to this point. How do you access this point? You double click on your AutoCAD icon on your desktop or wherever it's located. Once you double click on it, it's going to open. And once you open, you see start drawing. You can click on that start drawing and you are going to get here. Okay. So although I am actually using AutoCAD Plant 3D, AutoCAD Plant 3D can actually, the normal AutoCAD that everybody uses is actually incorporated into AutoCAD Plant 3D. So if you have AutoCAD Plant 3D, you can actually make use of it if you don't have normal AutoCAD. How do you do that? It's just for you to come to this gear icon here. You come to this gear icon where my mouse is pointing to. That drop down arrow by the right hand side. You click. Then you see 3D piping, PID, PIP, PID, ISO. You move down till you get to drafting and annotation. Your business is with drafting and annotation. What concerns you is drafting and annotation. So what do? Just click on drafting and annotation and it will set your window to drafting and annotation window, which is a normal basic AutoCAD, which everybody uses. Okay, the next thing you do is come over here to, this is a quick access toolbar. When you get to the quick access toolbar, what do? Click on this drop down arrow here. Okay, when you click on this drop down arrow, the next thing you do is that just go down till you see, you can, at this level here, this is the second to the last command. What I have here is hide menu bar. Sometimes you can see show menu bar there. So if you have show menu bar, you are going to click. So let me click on hide menu bar right now. The menu bar is no longer there. Now let me go back. I go back, I click on show menu bar. It now shows the menu bar. So to display your menu bar, this is where you access your menu bar from. Go here, click on, you go to see show menu bar. Why I'm having hide menu bar is that I've already clicked on it. It's already activated. So, but if I want to take away the menu bar, I'm going to click on hide menu bar. So the next thing right now is your unit. How do you set your unit? Basically, unit is UNITS. Unit is spelled UNITS. So you're going to start with the spelling. You type your U. After you type your U, you type your N. Immediately you type your N, units pops on, some icon pops on, some command pops on. So what we want is unit. So you're going to left click on unit. Immediately you left click, this window pops up. At the top, you see drawing unit. You see what? Drawing unit. Then length type, decimal. So we're going to be making, let me click the drop down arrow. There are a whole lot of options. You have architectural, decimal, engineering, fractional, scientific. We are going to be using decimal for now. Then precision, you have 0. There are more options. If you click on this drop down arrow, let's click on the drop down arrow. You see 0, 0 0.0, 0 0.00, 0 0.0000. What does this mean? This is the number of decimal points which you want your lines to be specified. If you want your line to be specified to 2 decimal points, you're going to choose 0.00. If you want 1 decimal point, you're going to use 0.0. If you don't want any decimal point, if you want it to be rounded up to the nearest whole number, then you're going to make use of 0. So whatever number of decimal places you're going to use, you're going to do that setting here. So for our own drawing, I want everything to be rounded up to the nearest whole number. So I'm going to use 0. So next is your unit. Your unit. So for your unit now, you have a whole lot of units. The default is inches, although I'd already set my own to unitless. That was why unitless was what was displayed. So the default, what you're going to have if you're using it for the first time is going to be inches. So when you get here, you're going to click on the drop down arrow. You have feet, US survey, feet, miles, millimeter, a whole lot of different units. So whatever choice in whatever unit you want to draw, you can carry your draw, set it there and carry your drawing. But for now, we don't want to use any units. We want to work on unitless. So we're going to make use of unitless for now. So you click continue when this pops up. So the next thing is angle type. Angle type is going to be in decimal degree. Leave it as decimal degree. Then precision 0. Then for now we are good to go. Just click on OK. Okay. So right now that is just how to set your unit. Okay, that is how you set your unit. So the next thing is limit. We are going to limit. So what is this limit all about? What is this limit all about? Limits just describe your drawing area, your region in which you want to carry out your drawing, or all your drawing is going to occupy. Now, AutoCAD, if you want to draw the world, you can draw the world. If you want to draw a football field, you can draw a football field. If you want to draw your kitchen, the area of your kitchen, you can do that. But limits actually gives you the privilege to be able to set your drawing area. Okay, maybe I want to draw within a football field of length 110 and width 70. That is the dimensions of a standard football field, 110 by 70. If I want to draw by that, I'm going to use limit to set that this is the area, this is the region in which I want to carry out my drawings. Okay, so how do I carry out these settings? How do I do that? So let me assume that I want to draw within a region of length 110, 110 and width 70. This is like a football field now. If my drawings are going to occupy this shape, this area. So how do I set that? How do I set that? First and foremost, you're going to set 2 points. This point here and this point. This point is the lower left-hand corner, while this one is the upper left-hand corner. This is the lower left-hand corner, while this is the upper left-hand corner. Okay, so the lower left-hand corner is the origin. And for those of you who did math, the origin on any graph is depicted as 0, 0. That means along your x, that beginning point, the beginning is 0, the y is 0. So horizontally, the beginning is 0. Vertically, vertically as well, the beginning is also 0. But also this point here, this other end, this is the upper right-hand corner. How do you specify this? This is going to be specified based on the length of and the width of your drawing area. Now the length of our drawing area is what? 110. 110. The length is 110, while the width is 70. So you will come over here and you start with the length. After the length, you will now put the width. So the length is 110, while the width is 70. So your upper right-hand corner is going to be 110, 70. So it's going to be set as 110, 70. That is how it's going to be set. So you have lower left-hand corner 0, 0, upper right-hand corner 110, 70. So now, how do we impute this into AutoCAD? I move to the next drawing. So when you come over here, this is a new drawing. Okay, let me close this and open it again. No, I'm not saying anything. So I can open a new drawing from here. There's this plus here. If I hover over that plus, this plus symbol, it shows me new drawing. I click on it and it automatically opens a new drawing for me. So let me set my units here, which I've already taught you how to set. Precision 0, decimal, inches. I don't want inches, I want unitless. Continue. 0, everything. Okay. So now, how do we set our limit? To set my limit, I'm going to type LIM. Once I type LIM, it will bring out limits. So I left click on the limit. And what does it tell me? It tells me to specify lower left-hand corner or on of 0, 0. And what is my lower left-hand corner? My lower left-hand corner is 0, 0. If you are starting from the origin, it will always be 0, 0 for lower left-hand corner. Okay, so then my upper right-hand corner is 110, 70. So let me go back again. I type the limit. Its limit appears. I left click on it. It tells you to specify lower left-hand corner or on of 0, 0. My lower left-hand corner is 0, 0, and it's already suggesting 0, 0. So I'm going to accept that suggestion. How do I accept the suggestion? It's just by pressing enter on my keyboard. I'm going to press the enter key on my keyboard. I've pressed the enter key on my keyboard and it has accepted it, that. Okay. Now, the next thing I have on the command line is specify upper right hand corner. This is my command line. Limit, specify upper right hand corner. It gives me a suggestion, 12,9. This is not my upper left hand corner. My upper left hand corner, based on my analysis, was 110, 70. So I'm going to reject this suggestion. I'm not going to accept it. How do I reject it? I'm going to override. I'm going to type in my own. When I type in my own, it's going to override the suggestion it has here. So I type in 110, 70. This is it on the command line. I press enter. So already it has actually specified my own. It has specified what I have given to it. Okay, so I have 110,70 actually specified. So the next thing I'm going to do right now is to okay, I'll give another example before we move ahead. So let's assume that my drawing area, the length of my drawing area is 150, while the width is 100. So what will be my lower left-hand corner? Like I told you, the lower left-hand corner, if you're starting from the origin, will always be 0, 0. The lower left-hand corner will always be what? 0, 0. Okay? So while in this case now, what will be the upper right-hand corner? The upper right-hand corner will be based on the length and the width. So the length comes first. The length is going to be 150, 100. 100 is the width. Okay. 100 is what? The width. So once I specify that, we are good to go. Okay. So I go back to this drawing, or let me open a new drawing once again. I open a new drawing. I'm going to open a new drawing. So I type in my unit once again. I made a mistake. It's giving me something wrong. It's not giving me the units properly. So I need to get a rating. For me to get a rating, I have to make sure this command is active right now. I have to take it away. How do I take it away? I have to press escape till it disappears. If not, I won't be able to get what I'm looking for, which is units. So now let me type it gently. UN. I have it right now. I have it in display. So precision is 0. Decimal, inches, we need unitless. Continue. Everything is okay. We'll click OK. So now I want to set my limit based on 0, 0 and 150, 100. I go back to the drawing. Let me show you. This is our length 150. This is our width 100. So upper right hand corner will be 150, 100. Lower left hand corner will be 0, 0. So right now I type the limit. It says specify lower left corner. It's already suggesting 0, 0. I accept it. It says specify upper right hand corner. It's suggesting 12,9. I'm not going to accept this one because mine is 150, 100. So I type in my own 150, 100. I press enter on my keyboard and that's taken. Okay, so this is how you actually set your limits. So for beginners, normally I recommend that we actually display the drawing limit. We'll make it visible so that a beginner can actually see the region in which he is actually going to carry out his drawing. So, but before we do that, I will tell you something. In the first lesson, I told you that this is navigation bar. Now, this icon here, the third one is zoom extent. If you click on zoom extent, it will bring the limit you've specified to the window. It will just bring it to your window. Okay, so I click on it. It has actually set the limit. But for a beginner, our advice is important if you can actually make that drawing area appear in your window. You make it visible. How do we do that? We're going to use a rectangle. So how do we do that? So just come here to rectangle 2. Yeah, on the ribbon, this is your ribbon. Come to the ribbon. You have line, you have polyline, you have cycle, you have arc. The next thing you have is rectangle. So left click on that rectangle there. Then look at your command line. What is it telling you? It tells you to specify first corner point. stop there. So our first corner point will be the lower point we'll specify, the lower corner point that we'll specify when specifying the limit, the lower left-hand corner that we'll specify when we're specifying the limit, which was 0,0. So specify first corner point, we're going to type in 0,0. We press enter. Okay. Now it tells us to specify other corner point. Our other corner point will be our upper corner point, our upper right-hand corner. So, which in the second example was actually 150, 100. So we type 150, 100. I've already typed that already, and we press enter. And this is it has brought out our limit. This is our drawing area. This is our limit now. This is our limit. Okay, this is actually our limit. Okay, this is our limit. Okay, so what next? What next they will do? Okay, you might be wondering, am I sure this is 150? Am I sure this is 100? We're going to check that out. So to check that out, I'm actually going to quickly measure the length and the width of our drawing area based on this rectangle that we have here. So what do? I type MEA. It brings out measure region and measurement. I'm going to use measure region. So left click on measure region. When you left click, look at your command line. It says measure region, move cursor or distance. So what we're interested in is measuring the length and the width. The length and the width are referring to distance. So we're going to click on distance on the command line. So click on distance right now. What do we have? It tells you specify first point. So the first point is where you are starting the measurement from. So we come here, we click. It says specify second point where the measurement is ending, and this is it. We come here, we click. So after clicking, look at your line here. We have distance equals to 150. Our distance is actually 150. The distance we've measured is written here, 150. So that means the length is correct. Now let's check whether the width is actually 100. So measure region is still active on our command line. So we come here, we want to measure distance, that is width. You click on distance again. Specify first point. This is the first point we're going to specify. We start our measurement here. It tells us to specify second point from the command line. We go to next point. We click. We left click. We've been left clicking. We've now used right click so far. So it writes down the answer. Distance equals to 100. So this boundary here is actually length 150 with 100. So when you're starting out, it is good you actually make your limit visible with a rectangle. It will enable you to actually visualize what you're doing and know what you're actually working. So that if in case there are times you might be typing and you actually make a mistake. Maybe you wanted to type 20, you now type 200. With the drawing limit, 200 is going to kick out. It's going to fall out of line, and you know that you've typed something wrong. Something is wrong. So now the measure region command we use to measure the length and the width is still active. How do we remove it? To remove this command, we are going to press escape on our keyboard, the escape key. So that takes it out. Okay. So in the next lesson, we'll be looking at how to use our mouse, the buttons on the mouse. We have the left button, the right button, and the middle mouse button. So what do they actually do? We're going to be, that's what we'll be looking at. So we've come to the end of our lesson for today. I hope you had a good time. If you have any questions, you can drop your questions in the comment section, or you can send me a chat. on WhatsApp. That is +234 8038 295185. So watch out for our next lesson and join us, please. Please just try and subscribe to our channel and like and our video and drop your comments as well. Thank you very much.